Hi, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your April 12th, 2022 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. There will be a loud sound accompanying this meditation. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Excuse me. So while we're listening to the singing bowl, I was also looking into the scrying bowl, and there were just two paths that kept showing up. It's like two paths, two paths. So, of course, there are going to be two paths that are going to be presented to us during this time. Or there's going to be something with two choices, two ways of doing things. That's going to be a very big thing around us during this time, Pisces. So let's look at what the tarot has to say. Let's set everything up. And you know, the really big thing about this time is that Jupiter and Neptune are converging in Pisces. And this is the first time that they've done this, Pisces, since 1856. We also have Mars and Venus in Pisces during this time. So we're hit by a lot of different things coming in, and this is going to be a very intense time, especially for us because we're Pisces energy. Okay, so let's look at it here. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. The King of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, the Hermit. And then we have angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Ooh. We have the Three of Wands, the Two of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. A lot of pentacle energy here. We're very focused on the here and the now with this, which can be the two paths that we have coming forward, which would be the paths that Jupiter and Neptune bring us. Neptune is our ruling planet, so we're going to be very pulled towards our dreams and our imagination. Jupiter, on the other hand, pulls us towards our personal gifts and the way that we can shine within the waking world. So that's going to be the energy that's coming forward during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. We have the Nine of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. Again, we have the Hierophant coming through twice, we have the Two of Pentacles coming through twice, and we have the Three of Cups. And then finally, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Ooh, just this one right here. The Page of Pentacles. I love it. Okay. So let's also look at the energy we need to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. We have the Ace of Pentacles. There's some sort of prosperity coming forward. There's some sort of something that we think, oh, this answers, this solves the problem. And yet it's not going to. It's going to be a little bit too good to be true. There's going to be something here where it's like what's presented isn't necessarily what is. So just be very aware of that. Then we have our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. And this is grounding. This is the Earth Star Chakra located 6 inches below our feet. We are going to feel ourselves being more grounded in this time, in our own energy, in what we want, in a sense of who we are. We're really putting down roots, and we're seeing and saying where it is that we want to be and what it is that we desire. We're also nurturing ourselves more during this time. It brings us then to our Goddess Oracle deck. Angels and Spirit Guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. And show me clearly. And here we have the Priestess. And it says here, be still and know. Listen to your hunch and intuition. Be ready for solutions to seemingly unresolved problems to just appear. And that's going to be something that we struggle with during this time, Pisces, is to trust our intuition. Because remember, Neptune and Jupiter are in Pisces. This is a time where Neptune, which is our planet, our ruling planet, is in us. Like, it connects firmly with us. And so our imagination, our spiritual side, our, connection with the world, it's all heightened. And we're going to be seeing things so much more clearly. And yet we're going to be like, oh no, that's not true. Oh no, I can't possibly listen to this hunch or this reasoning or this idea. Neptune and Jupiter are very slow moving planets. So when they connect, when they come together like this, it's a once in a lifetime experience. I mean, we have here, this hasn't happened since 1856. What happened in 1856 that were noteworthy events were the Treaty of Paris was signed to end the Crimean War, which was a conflict with Russia, which has parallels to today. And then also in 1856, we have the birth of Sigmund Freud, who gave form and definition, ruled by Jupiter, to the unconscious, ruled by Neptune. Now, Jupiter symbolizes our personal gifts. It symbolizes what we need to share with the world. But Jupiter's downfall is that Jupiter, remember, is the Roman equivalent to Zeus. It is the head of all the gods. So we don't say no. Like, Jupiter is a nobody says no to me, or I don't say no to anything type of energy. So what we're taking on can be way out of our league, or way more than we can contend with right now. Be aware of this. Be aware of this, because there's a lot of luck. There's massive creativity. There's massive, productivity coming forward. We have to be mindful of what we're taking on. Now, Venus went into Pisces, entered into Pisces on the 5th of April, and it gave us sensitivity and compassion and romantic energy. So we could be thinking more about our romantic life, wanting to connect more with that. On the 14th of March, we will have of April, we will have Mars entering into Pisces, and we will become even more powerful. And yet we won't become more aggressive. What it's going to do is it's going to bring us this energy of looking at the whole entire situation and observing and seeing and saying, okay, where's the world taking me? Where am I being guided to? What do I want? Am I passively just going along with things, or am I interacting? And that's going to be a very important thing, because we have this energy of I'm taking things into my hands and I'm balancing it. And that's what I see here instantaneously. It's like I'm balancing the situation. I'm taking control where once it felt chaotic. It felt like somebody else had control over this. It brings us to looking more deeply within ourselves, to looking at what we want and what we desire, but also seeing our dreams really start to light our way. Remember that Neptune energy is really powerful here. And so it's our dreams, it's our imagination, it's our intuition that guides us in a way that we hadn't anticipated. And it brings us to the King of Swords. We cut through doubts and fears and negativity. There's also somebody who comes in, very strong energy, very kind of quote unquote masculine energy, that just is blunt. I mean, that's the best way to describe this person. They're straight to the point. They speak plainly. They don't suffer fools well. And they also tend to get bored with things easily. So you might think, oh, this person isn't interested. It's like, no, they'll come back to it. They'll come back to it later. Because if they're not interested, they'll just completely walk away. So be aware of that. There's this energy here too of, this is what I've worked towards. Why are you throwing it away? So there's something here that you've put in the time and the effort and the energy into. And there's a sense here, Pisces, where it's like, I'm going to walk away from it, or not having the follow through to it. Don't walk away. This person, okay, And it can just be also this energy around us will pull us back to it and be like, look at this, look at this, look at this. We might get really annoyed with this person. So be aware of that. The Two of Pentacles comes in. There's a lot that we're juggling, and yet we're not balanced ourselves. So this is kind of like the saying of take the plank out of your own eye before you take this splinter out of your neighbor's. This is going to be a time where we're looking at how do I balance myself so that I can juggle everything that I need to juggle, because some things are slipping. It leads us then to the Two of Wands. We start to see the world opening to us. Why? Because we're being really real with ourselves, really honest, really intentional. And it brings us to the Hierophant. It brings us to a time where we're not reinventing the wheel. We're looking at how we can improve it. We're looking at how we can move forward, where it is that we want to be, what it is that we desire for ourselves, for our lives. How is the door opening? And we're going to see that, oh, there's more here than I thought. Like, there is more here than I thought there was. And as we're learning how to play the game. And for some of us, we've never been really good at it. As one of the people who hasn't, myself, it's a sense of, oh, I'm seeing how other people see it. They don't see it the way that I do. There's a sense here, Pisces, that you were born to stand out, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Actually, really embrace it. But as you were born to stand out, there's also a sense of like, oh, I have to see how everybody else thinks about this or how everybody else looks at this. And kind of, it's almost like we're studying other people. So that's going to be a very interesting energy that comes forward. We have the Seven of Pentacles. Be patient. Be patient with all the hard work and all the effort that you're putting in, because there's an energy here of like, they're not seeing it. They are. They are. Don't worry about that. We then have the Queen of Pentacles coming forward. The Queen of Pentacles is nurturing prosperity, bounty, and abundance. This person, okay, is all about helping things grow. This is the quintessential nurturer. This is the person who I'm just seeing them watering plants, okay? And there's a sense of, I want this to grow. This is important to me. You are important to me. So know that there's an energy here. And it could be a person who passed and they had a green thumb. They either loved the rain or they loved taking care of their plants or their herb garden. And there's just this sense here of, I'm still taking care of you. It brings us then to the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands is very interesting because I see like something moving away. And it's like, if I don't take this energy now, it moves away from me for quite some time. And we're going to be really upset that we didn't take this opportunity. So be aware of this. It's like, I can't let this slip through my fingertips. We then have the Two of Pentacles coming through again. And this energy, it's very interesting that was the first card that I came to, because I was like, which one is that again? And Spirit's like, don't pick this one up. And here we have this need again to balance. We need to balance. It's almost like we're playing at something. We're doing something halfway. And Spirit's saying, no, go all the way in. Go all the way in and balance it. See it. Understand it. Embrace it. Because it brings us then to the Knight of Wands. We're moving forward in our passion, but there's also this creative energy around us that we need to utilize, that we need to, look at in a different way, because there's this sense of we've been listening to the wrong people. We have this voice in our head that is the person who was supposed to be celebrating us, the person who was supposed to be on our side and just couldn't be. And there's this energy here of who really does celebrate you, who really is on your side, who really cares. Because Spirit's saying, I'm showing up for you. Don't turn your back on me. It brings us to the Hierophant. There's something more traditional coming forward. And I'm just hearing it's not a costume party. It's not a costume party. And so Spirit's saying very honestly, like, don't put on the mask. Let yourself be who it is you truly are. And there's, again, the Hierophant isn't about reinventing the wheel. It's about embracing the way the wheel works and utilizing it for you. So if you live in the middle of the city, you're not going to walk around with a wheelbarrow all the time. So here, there's a sense of, I hold the key to more than I realize. There's an energy of breaking through a door, but also it's like unlocking something within us. And I'm just seeing gold come forward. Very interesting. And it moves us then to the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles is prosperity and success, and it's saying be in the moment. Because there's this feeling of, I'm going to be somewhere else, like I'm going to be pushing towards the next thing or the bigger thing. It's like, no, be in the moment now, because it won't be this good again. And that isn't to be, I know that sounds so, kind of pessimistic, but it's not. It's like, you will only have this moment, and then you'll have other moments, and then you'll have other moments. But be in this moment now, because there's something here to cherish. There's something here to really embrace. It brings us to the Page of Pentacles. We're learning to open up our own wealth, to open up our own prosperity, to see where it leads us. There's something here that we're learning. There's something here that we're seeing. And it's like, oh, that was it. Like, I thought it was more complicated than this. It's like when somebody teaches you math, like when you're at school and you're learning math, and then you come home, personal example, came home with algebra. I was always so confused. And my mom looked at me and she said, pretend you bet on the horses, and you put this much on the horse and that much on the horse. And she did all of that, and it made sense, but it didn't make sense when the teacher said it. So there's something here where they just pull it down into the real world, and it's like, oh, that's it. Or into the way that our mind thinks, like, oh, that's it. It moves us. Not that my mom was a gambler at all, so it's just very funny. It moves us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of, the sun. Now, this is saying, wear your SPF, vitamin D is important. Be mindful of this. We also have to be mindful of looking at other people and thinking, oh, they got it. They got it. They totally get it. They totally understand. They're shining so bright. And we think that we're not. Remember, Pisces, we're ruled by the moon. The moon reflects the sun's light. Be mindful of people who appear to be too great because they have their flaws. And yet they're selling us a dream. They're selling us the reality that they would like to have, the reality, in air quotes, that they would like to have. And it's not true. It moves us to our subconscious chakra energy, which is the crown chakra. Meditation is going to be so important to connect with our mind, to see what it is that we want, to open up that door to who it is that we are. Meditation is going to be important because it's going to connect us with our heart. It moves us then to our subconscious goddess energy, which is the Sibyl. And I love this energy. It says, think twice before sharing what you know with anyone except those you know without question are ready to hear it. And that's the energy that's coming forward here. It's like, make sure that they're on your side. The Three of Cups said it, even the Two of Cups with the balancing of everything. It's like, make sure you're sharing your gifts with people who honor it, and make sure that you yourself honor your gifts and your talents. It moves us then to our subconscious tarot message, which begins with temperance, balance, strong Sagittarius energy. The sense of, I'm balancing myself. I'm balancing what I need. But there's also going to be the sense of, like, when we're pouring one cup into the other, there's a sense of loss. It's like, oh no, I don't have enough. Oh no, I don't have enough. And so there's this fear of whatever I choose, I'm going to be missing out on something. So be aware of this, that even when we're bringing things into balance, there's a chaos, there's a fear to it as well. It brings us then to the High Priestess. The veil is being lifted from our eyes. The number 2 is repeating itself here. So there's something that happens. It happens in pairs. It happens 2 times. But there is a veil being lifted. We're seeing things more openly. We're seeing things more honestly. We're being more open and honest with ourselves. We're looking at things in a very different light than we had before. And as this comes forward, we're going to be doubting ourselves. It's like, is this really real, or can I really do this? And Spirit's saying, absolutely, absolutely. And they're asking, why do you always question? Why do you always doubt first and believe second? And that's a good question. I mean, even for me, that's a really good question that comes forward. It's like, oh, I don't know. It brings us, well, I do know. It's because fear takes over. And it's like, could I have something that I've always wanted so much? Or can I embrace something that means so much to me? It brings us to the Empress. Nurturing our dreams and our desires, giving birth to what it is that we really want within this world. Not looking at other people and saying, oh, they have it better, or that's how it should be. It's being fully who we are and nurturing and growing and embracing where we stand right now. And doing so with pride in ourselves. There's beauty here, and there's beauty in taking care of things. Not that we are always the caregiver, but there's beauty in the compassion, in the love, and in the building. And we forget that a lot of times. We think, oh, we have to rule with an iron fist, and Spirit is saying, no, in Pisces, that doesn't really work for us. We need to rule with the openness of our hearts and the beauty and expression of our soul. It moves us then to the Death card, Scorpio energy, a dying away of the old self, a rebirth of the new. There's a transformation that's coming that opens the world to us, that opens so much more to us than we realized, that we even wanted. And as it comes in, we'll mourn the past. We will. We have a tendency to look backwards and think, oh, even the bad times will be like, oh, well, there were good times there. And it's like, yeah, there were. But now it is the time to move forward. And now it is the time to transform and fly free. All right, Pisces. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power and intensity of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Pisces, and may blessings always be with you.